Have you ever wondered why some people turn small ideas into a fortune while others wait for the perfect opportunity that never arrives? What if I told you that you could build wealth not by luck, not by inheritance, but by pure creativity and effort, starting with the resources you already have? F.C. Minaker's 1000 Ways to Make $1,000 is not just a book about money. It is a roadmap to self-reliance, a collection of real stories from ordinary people who used imagination, persistence, and simple principles to create their first $1,000, and then multiplied it again and again. This book was so powerful that it inspired Warren Buffett himself when he was just a young man, because it teaches one timeless truth. Wealth begins in the mind, not in the bank. Before starting a summary, if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel so that you never miss out on any book summary. Chapter 1: How to Start Your Own Business. Every great fortune begins with one simple step, the decision to start. But what if you have no money, no experience, and no connections? Can you still build a business from scratch? Minaker says yes, and in this opening chapter, he shows how anyone can start small and grow big with nothing more than an idea and determination. The author begins by breaking a dangerous myth that business success is only for the rich or educated. He argues that most people fail not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack initiative. The first secret, he says, is to stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect time. There is only now. Minaker shares the story of a man who started a window cleaning business with just a bucket, soap, and hard work, and within months, he was earning more than college graduates in secure jobs. Why? Because he saw a simple need and filled it. The key principles of this chapter are: start with what you know. Do not chase complicated ideas. Look around your daily life. Every product or service you use exists because someone noticed a need and decided to meet it. Start small, but start smart. You do not need a grand plan to begin, you need movement. Begin with one customer, one product, or one local service. Learn fast, improve, and expand. Think profit, not prestige. The smartest entrepreneurs are not trying to impress anyone. They focus on value, something people will pay for because it solves a real problem. Use what you already have. Your tools, your time, your knowledge, these are assets. Many of Minaker's examples began with nothing but personal skill and determination. Work with honesty and reputation. In an era without internet or marketing, reputation was everything. A good name brought loyal customers and steady income, a lesson still true today. Throughout the chapter, Minaker repeats one powerful truth: success starts when you stop talking and start acting. He insists that every person, regardless of age or background, can build a business from scratch if they are willing to think creatively, work hard, and never give up after the first failure. But once you start, how do you actually sell? How do you convince others to trust, buy, and support your idea? That is exactly what Minaker teaches next in Chapter 2, Selling as a Business, where he reveals the art of turning every skill, idea, and interaction into profit. Chapter 2, Selling as a Business. In the first chapter, we learned that starting a business requires only one thing: action, but now comes the real challenge. How do you actually sell what you create? Most people believe selling is about persuading others or being pushy. Minaker completely disagrees. He says selling is not manipulation, it is service. It is about understanding people, solving their problems, and making their lives easier. This chapter dives deep into the mindset of a true salesperson, the person who sees opportunities everywhere. Minaker explains that the best salespeople are not loud, aggressive, or clever with words. They are great listeners. They listen to what people need, what they fear, and what they secretly desire, and then they offer a product or service that genuinely helps. He tells the story of a man who started selling brushes door to door. At first, he faced rejection after rejection. But instead of giving up, he started observing his customers when they were home, what kind of brushes they preferred, how they reacted to different approaches. He adjusted, learned, and soon became one of the top sellers in his company. Minaker highlights for timeless lessons every aspiring entrepreneur must master. Believe in your product, people by confidence. If you truly believe your product or service adds value, your sincerity becomes your greatest sales tool. Know your customer better than they know themselves. Study your target audience, their problems, habits, and emotions. The more you know, the easier it becomes to connect and sell with authenticity. Turn every rejection into education. Each no teaches you something: what to improve, what to change, what to emphasize next time. Minaker says, every rejection is one step closer to a sale. Always follow up. Many deals are lost simply because people stop trying too early. Persistence often wins where talent alone fails. By the end of the chapter, Minaker reveals the ultimate truth: selling is not a skill. It is a habit. It is the heartbeat of every successful business, and the more you practice it, the more natural and rewarding it becomes. But now that you know how to sell, how do you find what to sell? Where do you discover those golden ideas that people will actually pay for? That is exactly what you are about to learn next in Chapter 3, Making Things to Sell. Chapter 3, Making Things to Sell. What if the simplest objects around your house could become your first customers for cash? Imagine turning ordinary materials, common skills, and a little elbow grease into steady income. This chapter shows that making and selling things is not reserved for masters or factories. It is a practical path anyone can take to earn the first $1,000. Minaker begins by removing the mystery from manufacturing. He insists that most profitable products started as small efforts at home or in a backyard workshop. The key is to identify goods that customers need regularly, that can be produced cheaply, and that deliver clear value. He lays out a straightforward method. First, choose products with simple production processes. Items like candles, soap, hand-sewn goods, simple furniture, birdhouses, and household cleaners require little capital and can be made with basic tools. Second, focus on quality and consistency. Even at low price points, customers return when the same product meets expectations every time. Reputation, Minaker stresses, compounds quickly. The chapter includes multiple examples that illustrate the principle. One woman began by making hand-embroidered handkerchiefs in the evenings and selling them at local markets on weekends. She learned pricing, packaging, and display. Within months, she expanded to supplying 2 local gift shops. Another example describes a man who created simple wooden toys. He tested designs with neighborhood children, adjusted sizes and paint finishes, and found a niche among young families. These examples show a pattern: start simple, learn from customers, and refine. Minaker also emphasizes the importance of cost control. He teaches how to calculate true cost per unit, including materials, labor time, and a fair allowance for shop overhead. Knowing the cost prevents selling at a loss and reveals the margins needed to sustain and grow the operation. He recommends keeping production scalable. Begin making 10 units a week, then scale to 50 as demand rises. Scaling gradually reduces per unit cost and increases profit. Another critical point is packaging and presentation. Even modest goods sell better when they look cared for. A simple label, neat wrapping, or a small instruction card adds perceived value and encourages word of mouth. Minaker points out that creative presentation often differentiates similar products in markets crowded with choices. Finally, he stresses testing the market before heavy investment. Produce a small batch, sell it locally, collect feedback, and then decide. Real customer reactions are more valuable than the best plans on paper. Now that you can make things people will buy and control your costs, the next question is where to find customers, how to reach them, and how to grow sales beyond the neighborhood. In the next chapter, Minaker explains practical methods for raising animals and plants for sale and how small seasonal enterprises can become reliable income. Streams, Chapter 4, Raising things to sell. Imagine a small plot of land, a backyard shed, or even a single balcony becoming a steady source of income. Many people believe agriculture and animal husbandry are inaccessible without a farm. This chapter proves otherwise. With simple planning and steady care, raising living things can become a practical, reliable way to earn the first $1,000 and more. Minaker begins by emphasizing accessibility. He argues that profitable raising does not require large holdings or advanced schooling. The key elements are selection, scale, and consistency. Choose enterprises that match your space and resources. For small plots, vegetables, herbs, cut flowers, bees for honey, and rabbits for meat or breeding are realistic choices. For slightly larger spaces, poultry, ducks, or a few goats can produce eggs, milk, and repeatable income. He teaches a step-by-step approach. First, research local demand. Do neighbors want fresh eggs weekly? Do local grocers seek herbs or flowers? Start with the product the market will buy without heavy promotion. Second, begin on a manageable scale. Raise a few hens or plant a few rows of vegetables. Observe, learn, and refine your methods before expanding. Third, control costs by using available resources. Compost kitchen scraps into fertilizer. Use reclaimed materials for coops and beds. Minaker shows how thrift combined with care often beats expensive but careless attempts. Minaker gives concrete examples. A suburban family converted a small unused yard into a vegetable patch that supplied local markets and a few restaurants. Another person started with a dozen rabbits in a shed and sold offspring to butchers and breeders. Both succeeded because they focused on consistent quality, timely harvesting, and direct selling. Direct sales to neighbors and local shops removed middlemen and preserved margins. He also emphasizes seasonality and planning. Some items bring quick returns, such as salad greens under cover, while others require patience, such as fruit bushes. Successful raisers plan a staggered schedule to ensure steady cash flow across seasons. Record keeping is essential. Track feed, seed, time invested, and sale prices to understand profit per unit and to decide when to scale. Customer relationship matters. Deliver fresh produce on agreed schedules. Build a reputation for reliability. Word of mouth remains a powerful marketing tool. Packaging, neatness, and a short handwritten note increase perceived value and repeat purchases. You now know how to turn soil and small animals into steady earnings. But what if your idea is not a natural product but a new device or invention? The next chapter reveals how ordinary inventors turned simple improvements into patents and profits, and how you can protect and monetize your innovation. Chapter 5. Things to invent and patent. What if the next pocket tool, household gadget, or clever improvement people never knew they wanted could be invented in your workshop? Many fortunes begin not with acres or stores, but with a single useful invention. This chapter explains how practical invention, protected by simple patents, can convert creativity into cash. Minaker opens by dispelling the myth that inventing is reserved for geniuses. He insists that most profitable inventions are practical solutions to everyday annoyances. The process begins with observation. Watch routines and ask what slows people down or causes frustration. Each small irritation is a potential invention waiting for a simple fix. He outlines a clear, practical process for inventors. First, define the problem precisely. A vague idea rarely leads to a saleable product. Second, sketch simple designs and build low-cost prototypes. In many cases, cardboard, wood, and basic metalwork suffice to test the concept. Third, test the prototype with real users and refine based on feedback. Practical usefulness, not perfection, determines market success. Minaker discusses the patenting basics in accessible terms. He recommends early documentation of the idea, sketches, and dates. This paper trail helps protect the concept. For those willing to invest, provisional patent applications create an initial legal foothold at lower cost. He cautions that patents are a means to protect commercial opportunity, not a guarantee of profit. Many inventors succeed by combining a modest patent with smart marketing and manufacturing. He provides case studies. A woman invented a kitchen tool that saved time cleaning jars. She made a few prototypes, sold them at local fairs, and then used early sales to attract a manufacturer. Another inventor improved a bicycle lamp and licensed the design to a small factory, earning royalty payments without running production. Minaker emphasizes multiple paths. You may manufacture yourself, license to a maker, or sell. The design outright to a firm that has distribution, cost control, and scaling are essential. Start with small batches to prove market interest. Use local craft fairs, shops, or mail order to test demand. If the product sells, reinvest profits into better tooling or small-scale production runs. Keep careful accounts to know when a product becomes profitable and when to pivot. Finally, Minaker stresses ethical responsibility. A useful, honest invention that improves daily life builds goodwill and sustainable income. Deceptive claims or unsafe products risk legal trouble and ruin reputation. You now understand how a simple idea can become a patented product and a revenue stream. Next, Minaker will show how to take such ventures to the street and start earning immediately with low overhead in Chapter 6, Starting a Roadside Business. Chapter 6. Starting a roadside business. Imagine pulling off the main road, opening up a small stand, and turning passers-by into paying customers. You do not need a big store, fancy sign, or expensive lease. This chapter shows how a roadside business can be a quick, low-cost path to your first $1,000. Minaker begins by showing that roadside businesses work because of two simple factors: location plus convenience. When people are driving, walking, or traveling, they make impulse decisions. A well-placed stand offering something they need at that moment can capture sales that a traditional store might miss. He gives examples: a man setting up a lemonade and snack stand next to a popular beach, a couple opening a plant and flower stand by a busy road, a teenager offering tool rental near weekend outdoor events. Each example follows the pattern: minimal startup cost, simple product or service, high foot traffic, easy visibility. Minaker outlines key steps. Pick a high traffic location. Choose products that can be consumed or used immediately. Keep overhead low. Display clearly. Offer friendly service. He emphasizes simplicity, shorter lines, faster transactions, fewer choices. The easier you make it for someone to buy, the more they will. He also warns of local regulations, weather challenges, and supply issues. But he notes that when you begin on a small scale, you learn how the business works, which allows you to expand or relocate if successful. If a roadside stand can be so powerful, imagine running an actual store. What must you know to transform a simple shop into a consistent moneymaker? Chapter 7 takes you there. Chapter 7. Storekeeping as a business. Running a store sounds big. Inventory, rent, staff, the responsibilities multiply. But many of the most successful first $1,000 earners began with modest stores. This chapter dismantles the myth that storekeeping is only for large capital and shows how to start small and grow smart. Minaker explains that the success of a small store lies in smart location, product mix, and customer relations. He emphasizes that you need to think of the store not simply as a place to sell, but as a service center for your community. He provides case studies. A man opened a small general store in a rural village, stocking goods exactly suited to local needs: groceries, hardware, farm supplies. Because large stores passed it by, he captured a loyal customer base. Another example, a woman opened a specialty shop for craft supplies in town. Her focus on friendly service, classes, and local word of mouth made the difference. Key lessons: choose a location where customers are underserved. Keep stock small and focused. Avoid over-diversification. Manage inventory turnover. Sell popular items fast and reorder quickly. Create personal relationships. Greet customers by name. Remember their preferences. Control fixed costs. Rent, staffing, utilities must align with likely revenue. Invest earnings into gradual expansion, not risky leaps. Minaker stresses that storekeeping demands discipline but pays off because it creates a stable base. The store becomes a known place for the community, leading to repeat business. Having established a store, you might think the work is done, but without effective marketing and promotion, even a good shop will struggle. The next chapter shows how to promote and publicize a small business to maximize reach. Chapter 8 is coming. Chapter 8, Promoting a Small Business. You have the product and the place, but if no one knows you exist, your profits will remain limited. Promotion separates the successful shop from the average one. In this chapter, you will learn how to make your business visible, trusted, and preferred in your market. Minaker opens the chapter by pointing out a dramatic truth. Many failures in business are not due to product or location, but due to neglecting promotion. He defines promotion not as expensive advertising, but as smart communication and presence in the community. He describes several practical tactics: handing out flyers at local events, placing small signage at strategic spots, offering demonstrations, providing referrals and loyalty perks. One shop owner invited local children for a craft demonstration to attract parents. Another offered samples outside the store on busy days and saw immediate foot traffic growth. He emphasizes consistency and clarity. The promotional message must let people know what you offer, where you are, and why it matters in simple, memorable terms. He urges small business owners to use local newspapers, community bulletin boards, and often neglected channels like local schools and clubs. Minaker also highlights the importance of customer testimonials and word of mouth. He tells of a bakery that placed a small board with "Our customers say," quotes outside, and doubled its afternoon traffic. He notes that promotion is not a one-time event, but a regular habit, weekly or monthly push that keeps your business in people's minds. With promotion underway, your business begins to flourish. Yet now you face another frontier, expanding your reach beyond local walk-in customers. How can you access remote buyers and mail order? That is the lesson of Chapter 9 on selling things by mail. Chapter 9, Selling Things by Mail. Imagine earning money while you sleep, your orders arriving in the morning mail, and payments flowing in from customers you have never met. This chapter opens the door to one of the oldest yet most profitable business models, mail order selling. F.C. Minaker reveals that mail order selling is not about luck. It is about understanding how to reach the right people with the right offer. He begins by describing how entrepreneurs used simple newspaper advertisements to sell useful or novelty products across the country. A well-worded ad placed in the right publication could trigger thousands of orders. Minaker emphasizes 3 keys to success. The first is the product. It must be light, easy to mail, and solve a clear problem or provide a delight. Examples include small tools, educational booklets, hobby kits, and inexpensive inventions. The second key is the advertisement. Words must capture attention, create curiosity, and drive the reader to take action. He advises testing multiple versions of the same ad to see which one pulls more responses. The third key is fulfillment. Once you receive an order, speed matters. Customers who get their packages quickly are more likely to buy again or recommend your product. Minaker notes that efficiency is reputation. He gives examples of small businesses that began with one product and grew into catalog companies by continually reinvesting profits into more ads and better mailing lists. He stresses the need for integrity. Always deliver what you promise. In mail order, trust is the most valuable currency. Mail order selling proves that your income is not limited by geography, but what if your best product is yourself, your skills, your time, your service? Chapter 10 explains how to transform personal talent into consistent income. Chapter 10. Selling your services. You might not own a store or a product to ship, but you do possess something far more powerful, your personal ability. This chapter reveals how to sell your services, turning your skills into steady and respectable earnings. Minaker begins by reminding readers that every community has needs that someone must fulfill. Whether it is repairing, teaching, cleaning, writing, or organizing, every skill can be monetized when offered with professionalism and reliability. He tells the story of a man who began sharpening knives door to door. Within a year, he was servicing restaurants and hotels. Another example is a woman who typed and edited manuscripts from home. Her attention to detail made her indispensable to several authors. These stories illustrate that service businesses demand little capital but require high personal commitment. The author outlines the formula for success. Identify a pressing need in your community. Offer a clear, dependable solution. Price your service fairly, not too low to seem cheap, but not too high to deter first-time clients. Build trust through punctuality, courtesy, and consistency. Expand carefully by training assistants once demand exceeds your time capacity. Minaker emphasizes presentation, clean appearance, polite speech, and written receipts all add credibility. He also reminds readers that word of mouth is the strongest advertising for service providers. Your service business can grow steadily, but sometimes you need funds to move forward, perhaps to buy better tools, to expand your reach, or to continue your education. How can you raise that money without falling into debt? Chapter 11 provides creative solutions. Chapter 11. Paying for a college education. Education opens doors, but it often seems out of financial reach. In this chapter, Minaker turns his attention to students who want to earn their own way through college, proving that determination plus creativity can finance an entire education. Minaker shares inspiring examples of young men and women who paid for tuition, books, and living expenses through part-time enterprises. One student sold homemade candy to classmates and teachers. Another managed a laundry pickup and delivery service for dormitories. A third one organized tutoring sessions, earning enough to cover every semester. He insists that college towns are fertile grounds for small business ideas because students and faculty form a constant, concentrated market. The keys, he says, are identifying unmet needs and using spare time efficiently. Students can type papers, clean rooms, sell stationery, or even resell used textbooks. He also provides advice on managing income wisely. Keep a portion of every dollar earned for future fees and avoid unnecessary expenses. The habit of budgeting, he notes, is as valuable as the degree itself. Most importantly, Minaker highlights the moral benefit. Working through college builds independence, responsibility, and self-respect. It transforms education from something received into something earned. If an individual can fund an education, what about raising money for a cause larger than oneself? Chapter 12 reveals how to use the same principles to support charity and community work and profit ethically while helping others. Chapter 12. Raising money for charity. What if you could use your entrepreneurial mind not only to earn for yourself but also to uplift your community? This chapter shows that the same principles that create personal wealth can also build hope and opportunity for others. F.C. Minaker begins with a simple idea: charity does not mean giving away your own fortune. It means organizing the generosity of others effectively. He introduces readers to small-town success stories where individuals raised hundreds or even thousands of dollars for hospitals, schools, and orphanages without starting with any money of their own. One man organized a neighborhood fair, inviting local vendors to set up small stalls. The admission fees and food sales became a steady stream of charitable funds. Another woman arranged a dollar supper at a community hall where every attendee paid $1 for a meal prepared and served by volunteers. What began as a simple dinner became an annual event that funded scholarships for local students. Minaker points out that the essence of successful fundraising lies in organization, imagination, and honesty. The public will always support a clear cause if they trust the person behind it. He recommends transparent accounting, enthusiastic publicity, and personal storytelling to stir emotion. He emphasizes that charitable work is not just about giving. It also teaches business skills, planning, teamwork, and financial management. Those who can organize a fundraiser can also manage a profitable enterprise. After helping others achieve financial goals, the next challenge is turning your own small business into something greater than the first 1,000. Chapter 13 shows how to go beyond your early success and build a lasting financial future. Chapter 13: Beyond the first 1,000, you have made your first $1,000, but what comes next? Many people stop here, content with a small victory. Minaker argues that this is only the beginning. This chapter unlocks the mindset and strategy needed to multiply early gains into lifelong prosperity. Minaker begins by reminding readers that success attracts new opportunities. The key is to reinvest wisely instead of spending impulsively. He shares the story of a man who earned his first $1,000 selling tools. Instead of buying luxuries, he used that money to open a small repair shop. Within a year, his profit doubled. In 2 years, he hired employees. Another woman earned her first $1,000 through a mail order business. She reinvested her profits into better advertising and new product lines. Her small home business eventually grew into a regional company. The author stresses 3 golden rules. Reinvest a portion of every profit. Growth depends on feeding your enterprise. Educate yourself continuously. Read, observe, and learn from others who are more successful. Stay disciplined, avoid emotional spending, and focus on long-term stability. He also warns that early success can breed overconfidence. Many small businesses collapse because owners expand too quickly or neglect quality. Minaker urges patience, persistence, and planning. He concludes with a timeless truth: your first 1,000 proves you can earn. Your next 10,000 proves you can build. And now, as the book closes, Minaker leaves readers with a simple but life-changing message: wealth is not about luck or privilege. It is about understanding value, acting with integrity, and never stopping the habit of enterprise. Final thoughts. The journey through 1,000 ways to make 1,000 is more than a manual for making money. It is a blueprint for self-belief. From the first chapter's lesson on starting your own business to the final one on expanding your success, F.C. Minaker proves that opportunity is everywhere, in every product, every idea, every skill. The people who become prosperous are not the ones who wait for chances. They are the ones who create them. The central message echoes through every story. Resourcefulness beats resources. You do not need a large investment. You need initiative, persistence, and imagination. Whether you are selling by mail, offering a service, or raising money for charity, the same principle applies. Start where you are, with what you have, and grow step by step. If this book summary inspired you, do not stop here. Pick one small idea today and take the first action toward it. Remember, the difference between dreaming and earning is movement. Start small. Start now. And if you want more life-changing book summaries like this, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and join a community of thinkers who believe that success is built, not found.